So you do not speak to any exceptions, so that you believe that abortion should be illegal no matter what exceptions?
I signed what I thought was the best pledge that was on the table, and it was the Florida Personhood Amendment petition, and we posted it on our website.
Follow up one more if we could, and that is in your book, The Right Future for Florida and You, starting right now. I believe maybe your petition has your position has evolved. Let me quote from that.
I know what the book says. I wrote it.
Well, sir, maybe some of the folks in the audience have not. Let me, if I could, I'd like to be clear on the record, if that's okay. I believe in God, separation of church and state, and traditional family values. I am pro-life, and though I don't believe that government should interfere in the personal lives of its citizens, I believe that taxpayers should not be responsible for paying those choices. With all due respect, Colonel McCalister, that statement in the middle of this entire statement is usually one that is a pro-choice statement, but I'd like to let you elaborate on your position again today.
Colonel, 30 seconds, please, if you would.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. I don't know how it's normally interpreted. I kind of go back to the intent of the author. I was trying to be clear there where I said I'm pro-life. There's no mixed words. When I said that I don't like the government, meaning the federal government, involved in the lives of the citizens or the states, it's because I am a strong 10th Amendment supporter. But in this state, I signed that we need to do that, but regardless of where it is, I don't want taxpayers paying for pro-choice decisions.
All right. Do it at the state level, but ultimately, but then you said, so ultimately, would you vote for it in Congress or not? In the Senate?
Well, I think we have a bill. I mean, we already have a federal statute on that, so I would leave that alone. I wouldn't pass a new one, but I think it should be dealt with at the state. But I would leave the federal one there if it's there. I mean, I don't see it in the Constitution. I mean, everybody wants less government in their life, but then everybody wants a federal law for everything. And, you know, so I'm a big 10th Amendment guy. I'm a big pro-life guy. I'm telling you, a lot of these guys are signing everything that gets stuck in front of them. When I say a lot of guys, I don't mean necessarily those here today. But, you try to look at not contradicting what you've agreed to. And I think when I look at some of our treaties and some of our trade agreements, those are hurting our jobs and industry a lot. With 10th Amendment, that's where you're clearly saying, if this is not specifically granted to the federal government, it belongs to the states and the people. So that's why I signed the state pro-life personhood
so
amendment.
Maybe I have to look back my notes. So on the abortion question, though, would
I signed the state. I signed the state one. I signed the state personhood amendment.
Okay. But on a federal level, would you support it?
I would like to get away. Let me make it, we can say this every which way you want. I'd like to reverse Roe, the Wade Roe. I'd like to get that out of the way, and then I support a state pro-life personhood amendment. But we need to get Roe Wade out of the way.
That would return it to the states. So
yes.
You would for each state to have it.
I would.
So some states might have a law that supported abortion rights and others.
I think that when you look at the 10th Amendment, there's nothing in the Constitution that grants that power to the federal government. I mean, there comes a point, do we want to support the 10th Amendment, or do we want all of our laws at the federal level? Now, we can nitpick any one of these areas, which is what happens sometimes, but I am pro-life. When I raised a kid by myself, I got, hear a lot of people say I'm pro-life. How many diapers did you change? How many nights did you go to Walmart to get homework stuff? I was a custodial parent. My son and I are God and Country Eagle Scouts. He was the pride of my life. I have the T-shirt. So, that's accepting the responsibilities of being pro-life.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you what, it's being a parent's the greatest thing we ever do.
Colonel, can we address these concerns from this vets group, specifically the matter if you've testified before Congress or not?
Okay, well, first of all, we've already addressed that, and I did not say testified before Congress, and we released a statement on that.
I think you did, though.
Thank you.
I think you did. He's not going to answer the question.
Thank you.
I thought you were.
We released a statement on that.
No, well, I think he said he testified before.
Thank you, sir, very much.
You're welcome. But I thought you were trying to give you're going to give direct answers to things.
That was never said. Thank you very much.
I think you've gone out on that veteran.
Katie Baker. Nice to see you.
representation, rights, and responsibility. We're releasing the military documents that identify what my job duties and my performances were. And we're going to leave it at that.
Well, you'd also said you needed top clearance to go to the correspondent Air War College, and I also want to ask you about that. Did you need top secret clearance for that or not?
Yes.
Because I called the Air War College and they said that wasn't the case.
And I had top secret clearance.
So you didn't get that right either.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
But as far as and we can ask you about the tree farms. Well, I thought he was going to be straight answering.
It was
Good job, Mike.
Hey, thanks, man.
Glad to see you again.
Thank you.
You're doing a hell of a job. Keep it up.
Yeah, you're doing good too. See you around everywhere.
Thank you. Well, I believe he also said
Thank you. The colonel has to use the restroom. Excuse me.
The colonel has to. You can get your hand off me if you don't mind.
Thank you. Sir, assault goes two directions.
I'm not assaulting. I was just trying to get out of the door. I was trying to get out of the door.
Thank
I want to ask you about
Thank
in your campaign. You've talked about how you don't want.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Excuse me. Truth stretching politicians, and it seems
Thank you very
there was
much.
a bit of truth stretching going on as far as how you testified before Congress, and that's what I was hoping to rectify.
Thank you.
Well, I called you earlier, and you said your cell phone didn't work, and it seemed as if it did.
Thank you very much.
I guess it's just a refusal to answer a question, or a few
No,
questions?
you have answered all your questions.
I thought you said you had to go to a restroom. The restroom's not
And
here.
manipulate everything he says.
Is that coming out?
We're charging Colonel. Who are you? Right there. We don't mind me.
What?
Mark Caputo, remind me here.
No big deal.